that is what it is. All right, like I said, moving on. Number 5 on the list. This is the one I wanted to get your guys' opinion on. So, PlayStation has announced the PlayStation Showcase 2021 is what they're calling it. And what this is a 40-minute event that will take place September 9th, next Thursday, at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, and it will show games planned for the holidays and next year. And the reason this is very important is because they're calling it a showcase. And what they say is, quote, the showcase will weigh in at around 40 minutes and include updates from PlayStation Studios, which is the, direct studios of PlayStation, who dropped the bangers of Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us, I'm blanking right now, of course, but Horizon, all these big-time Uncharted, all these guys that you think of for PlayStation, that's now PlayStation Studios. And going back to the quote, it says, and some of the industry's most imaginative developers for games releasing this holiday and beyond. And that's what the PlayStation blog says. They say, and stick around after the presentation to get more updates from some of the studio teams featured in the showcase. I love that, by the way. That gets me super excited because that means what we'll see, I hope we get to dig a little deeper in and really get it from the horse's mouth, as they say, with these developers coming on and talking about their game. I love seeing that, and I'm happy that they're doing it. But, again, the reason this is a big deal is PlayStation's been doing these state of play, basically videos, if you want to call it that, and they'll show a couple games, show some trailers, maybe have one big trailer at the end. It's been cool, but it's very hit or miss on if it's worth our time, and it's whatever, right? You see a state of play, you know there's probably going to be one banger in there, one heater, but other than that, it's normally But the fact they're calling this a showcase and they're hyping up that they're talking about the holiday and next year from the PlayStation Studios teams. Yeah, I mean, come on now. Y'all see that image right there. You ain't throwing diamonds on your showcase image unless you have something in the trunk that's going to just blow everybody away, right? And that's not a gun analogy. That is just, how this rolls here. But another thing to point out is that this is the first time that they've hosted a showcase event since September of 2020. And you know what happened that day? That's when they announced the PS5 price and the release date. I mean, that's pretty big. So the fact they're calling this a showcase means, in my opinion, we're going to get some great stuff. And so what I want to do here is to, talk to you guys, bounce ideas off of you, and see what kind of predictions we can come up with that are going to be at this PlayStation show. And I'm just going to throw them out there. You guys tell me if I'm crazy or not, but here we go. Oh, before we do that, PSVR 2. It is confirmed. I don't know if you guys know about the PSVR 2. It's supposed to be, higher end, really, really cool. Still ties to the PS5 with a cable, but it's just one cable. That is confirmed to not be there at this showcase. So that's out of the cards. It's going to be just games, it seems like. Joseph Friend says they're going to announce Cyberpunk 2078. Maybe, but it probably won't be on the PlayStation Store because, funny enough, the Cyberpunk 2077 just recently got back on the PlayStation Store because of how much of a cluster that game was at release. It wouldn't even barely run on the PS4, so PlayStation said, all right, just get it off the daggum store. And they literally took it off the store, which is crazy to me. But that probably won't be there, but sure, right? Okay, let's get into our predictions. First big prediction, everybody's been saying it. I've seen rumors of it already being announced. God of War Ragnarok. This is the elephant in the room. It's the one everybody has been clamoring for. We want God of War Ragnarok content. All we have gotten so far is that, cool little teaser video, basically, little snippet at the end of maybe last year's showcase or state of play or something. I mean, we know nothing about God of War Ragnarok, and it got delayed from this year to sometime next year. So the fact that all of that's happened, we haven't heard anything from them besides it got delayed. You have to show something at this showcase. And I'd like to believe they are. They got to show a trailer. They have to show a trailer for this to be the hype level that it is, or that they're trying to present. But I don't know. I really think it's going to be there, and I am super, super excited because, as stated, I think last night we talked about God of War 2018 and the fact that it is my second favorite game of all time besides or behind Last of Us, and it's real close. I love God of War so much. I played the originals. They were great, but this new one, wow, hit me so hard, especially now that I'm a dad. I've replayed it on PS5. It's even better. I cannot wait to see what they can do with this God of War Ragnarok. Joseph Redden says it better be 100%. It better be at this daggum showcase because we know nothing. We need to know something. Even if they don't give us a date, just give us a trailer, number one. And then if you want to throw a little cherry on top, say holiday 2022, right? Give yourself some time. And if you need to push it, push it. If it needs to go farther, I don't care. I would much rather, especially talking about Cyberpunk 2077, that's going to be an example forever of what not to do. Don't drop your game. If it's not good, if it's not ready, don't let it come in hot. Please let it cook, get it molded, get it fresh, get it good, then release it. I want a good game, not a bad game right now, okay? So let it get in there. Let's see that trailer. Give us what we want. Like I said, it's already getting rumors thrown around. Oh, it's going to be at this thing. It's going to be at this thing. It's got to be. It's got to be. Like I said, you're throwing diamonds on there. It better be freaking at a trailer for God of War Ragnarok. And then this next one isn't really a prediction per se, but it's I guess it is, but come on. It better freaking be there. Is Horizon Forbidden West trailer. That's another one that we just talked about, Horizon Forbidden West. It's coming out in February. I'd like to believe there's going to be some big trailer of maybe more gameplay or something else for this game. I can definitely see that happening. I don't think they'll dwell on it too long, but maybe they will since they've pushed the day. They want to get back in everybody's good graces. I'm not sure, but that's just what I'm thinking on that is the trailer. Now, a couple nights ago, we talked about The Last of Us multiplayer. This multiplayer sounds amazing, and do we see information at this showcase? They're finally openly talking about it on Twitter, that they're hiring, they're looking for people. I don't know if that means that they're really early on still, but Last of Us came out a few years ago, so, I mean, maybe they're further along than we think, and maybe they show us some information. If anything, maybe they just officially confirm it with some cool little trailer or something, right? Just a title screen. That might happen. I'm not sure, but I think that could be out there. Another really cool one that I saw on Twitter, it was not my idea. I don't remember, who said it. It was just somebody on Twitter, but Hogwarts Legacy. This is one of the games that we saw in one of the State of Plays or showcases last year or early on this year. And it looks amazing. It's a open world RPG of Harry Potter where you get to be a wizard and you get to go to Hogwarts and you do all these cool things. And it recently got delayed, of course. So maybe they show us stuff of that. Maybe that's one of the big tentpoles of this showcase is maybe some gameplay of it and getting into what we can do at Hogwarts. I think that game is going to sell like bonkers. So it would make sense they would show it in their showcase, right? And, since it's Thursday, it'd be 3 p.m. our time. I think it'd be really cool to live stream it with you guys and watch it. I don't know. I don't know if enough people would watch it. I mean, not that we get a lot of viewers concurrent, but I think that'd be a really cool thing. I don't know. I'm still in the air on that. I may just take off work and do it. I don't know. But here's some reaches, I guess you want to call. That's what I'm calling in my notes is reaches. Spider-Man 2. We've had Spider-Man. We had Spider-Man Miles Morales at the launch of PS5. We got it. We have to get Spider-Man 2 information, right? Come on. They got to give us something. Give us something. We're waiting for this Spider-Man information. And you guys know me. Spider-Man's my favorite Marvel character. I love him to death. I loved the game. I loved Miles Morales. So if you can show me anything for Spider-Man 2, I am so pumped for it. And I do believe we're going to see something. I think that's going to be part of the show. And I think they're going to say, maybe it's 2023 that it doesn't come out, but still. And Joseph Redden says, probably just going to be 40 minutes of them talking about a new Final Fantasy game. You joke, but that's on my list, is Final Fantasy. I can't remember the number. I didn't write it down because I just put Final Fantasy, but I think it's 13 or 12. I don't remember. Tell me in the chat or comments, but it's, you joke, but seriously, they're going to talk about Final Fantasy at this thing, definitely. Whether it's the new, remastered one, or remade one, you should say, or the new Final Fantasy game. It's going to be on there. But another reach I have, are we going to see anything about Jak and Daxter? If you guys know me, then you'll know that I love Jak and Daxter very much. It's one of my original OG games that I remember in my life. Now, I've had a PlayStation as long as I can remember. Literally, my mom bought a PS1, and I played it to death. Played, Parappa the Rapper, Crash Bandicoot. Those were the staples in the Horvath household. Then I got a PS2, and I was playing some games on there, mostly sports games and whatnot. But Jak and Daxter really caught my eye, and I loved it. And then Jak 2 came out, and it just blew it away from me. I loved Jak 2 so much. It was very much Grand Theft Auto-y, but it nailed it for me. I love Jak 2. And then Jak 3 came out. It was amazing. But then nothing, right? For years, nothing. We got a racing game, I think, but I don't count that. Do we see Jak and Daxter revival? It doesn't mean that Naughty Dog is going to be making it, right? And I don't know if I want Naughty Dog to make it. I think they've actually said, no, we're not going to make it. I want somebody like Toys for Bob, who just remade Crash Bandicoot, did the remaster for it. Loved it. They treated it with such care, such quality, and then they dropped this Crash 4, which was just as good, if not better, than the originals. Such a good game. I want something like that for Jak and Daxter, and that kind of leads us into my next reach, is something for Spyro. Spyro the Dragon. Crash is getting all this love, and Spyro needs his own game, okay? I'm going to stand up for Spyro. You need your own game, sir, and maybe we see it here. Maybe we do. That'd be a great one. It would get the buzz going on the internet. People would be hyped for it. They just recently did the remaster just like Crash, and I think it did well. I mean, it was a great game. Just like I said, it was very quality. They did a great job with it. So maybe we see Spyro. But the last thing is, it's kind of general, but just unannounced PS5 games. Do we get blindsided by something amazing? Do we get an amazing, not an original IP game? Maybe it's something, already withstanding, like a Spider-Man, for example, but not Spider-Man. Something like that. Or do we see some completely original, crazy out there game? I don't know. I'd like to think we see something like that, right? That'd be a good time to show it. Everybody's going to be watching this showcase because of everything we just went over. Why not drop a new game on us that you think has great potential? That makes complete sense to me. But that's all I got on my predictions. What do you guys think? What do you think is going to be at this showcase? Who's going to be at the showcase? What are they going to show? Let me know in the comments or in the chat, for sure.